Hi, good evening. My name is Pablo, and today I'm gonna explain about the scripted versus prescriptive approaches in EFL, right? So this is a linguistic topic, and all about my slide that I actually did on this presentation are mine. So I prepared every single slide here, just made in my hand, right? So this is the topic, and this is what is the prescriptive approach. Well, the prescriptive approach is a way of looking at language that focus on how it should be used according to the established grammar rules and norms. It's a rules for correct language enough to discourage deviation for the standard. What is the prescriptive approach? Well, first of all, we have to notice that the prescriptive approach tell us how language should be used. Well, in this case, the perfect grammar that we use, based on traditional grammar rules and common in textbooks, accent, and formal writing, useful for teaching standard English in academic context, right? For example, the correct one, he doesn't know. The incorrect, he don't know. So there are some change that we did, but in this case, the prescriptive approach is just using the traditional grammar or just the language that in this case is the correct one. Well, actually, we have the descriptive approach. What is the descriptive approach? Well, a descriptive approach describes how language is actually used. Doesn't not judge if something is right or wrong. Just it's actually how the English is be used like the natives right now at these years. So it's based on observing real life language used, like I said. Um, recognize dialects of language change and informal uses. For example, he don't know or ain't nobody got a time. So I studied not correct, but in this case, a descriptive approach is something that is actually grammar is incorrect, but in this case is a study because some people that speak in the USA use this type of dialects, right? Or this type of language, um just trying to change some grammar. So in this case, the prescripted approach use the real English. I mean, both are real English. So in this case, the prescripted approach is just the English that actually is teached by, I don't know, common institution that just teach English. For example, they use this prescriptive approach in common textbooks, exam, and informal writing. So that's the standard, right? But in this case, the strict approach is just an English, okay, that actually in grammar is incorrect, but in this case, a real language use this type of English. So we have a comparison application in EFL, or right? The approach using EFL, prescriptive teaching, rules, grammar, writing, test practice. But the scripting is understanding informal real English, listening skill. So what is the key about this? Is an effective language teaching combined both for fluency and correctness. Uh, and that's a good intention, right, to progress our English. And how has my name prescription changed? I used to believe too there was only one correct way to speak English. Now I see that language is flexible and context based. As a future teacher, I want to focus on communication, not just grammar. Combining rules and real life using help students feel confident, right? And just about the explanation, right? This final is my opinion. This final slide is about my opinion. Actually, I think, right, as a future teacher, I want just to focus on try to communication with my students or not, or giving to my students the ways that I actually use it on communication, right? On real life communication, on real life uh just trying to skip some grammar that actually is very useful to probably use it formal events or informal explanation, right? But in this case, when we use communication real life, I think that the correct or incorrect ways, or just trying to use the communication. Just if you are wrong or correct, it doesn't matter. Just try to communication and feel confident to my students. So that's all that I want to say on this presentation. Thank you a lot and have a good night, right? Thank you.